Oh, we're live. Okay, sorry. Sometimes the way this damn Zoom tells me that things are going, it doesn't sound like it. Because it says the content of this meeting is being sent to YouTube. That doesn't mean we're actually live, does it? I don't know. To me, that means it's working and maybe it'll start up. I tell ya, things would just be so much easier if it just said you're live. It would just be easier. I'm a very simple person. I just need simple instructions. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another session of Time After Time. Thank you for joining us, whether it's live, whether it's not live. Just if you're even here, thank you so much. I appreciate it so much. Okay, so um, basically, I will just do a little bit of a wrap up of before. Basically, you were able to let all of the magic into the world, whether it be good magic, dark magic, healing, that kind of stuff. You were able to let that out into the world. And then as soon as you were basically time warped into your next spot, you were in this land basically where everything is just on fire. The ground is scorched earth. Everything around you looks just horrible. And you see that Quips is standing there, and he tells you, "Hurry, we must get to Totta's castle because we must find him and we must kill him."
Why must we kill him?
I mean, he's right here. We
I have a
wouldn't want to kill
castle?
Totta.
We're not killing him. So why are you telling us we have to kill him?
Do you see what's happening here? And he like points everywhere.
Totta,
It-
what did
you
you
know,
do?
Well, I mean, we did the thing with the pillars and stuff.
no, it's not him. It's future him. It's him. It's him after his tragedy.
Oh. Is there future us's?
Of course.
Are we? But we're not bad, though.
Well, no, you're not bad.
Hmm.
Fortunately for you.
Totta, where did you go
Um,
wrong? Should we have do we need to do have a team meeting and figure out do you have anything you need to tell us? Is there anything going on?
No, I have nothing to tell you. I graduated school like any normal grown person. And then I think I joined the thingy to do this. I don't know, that's about it. I mean, everything else that's gone wrong with my life has been with you guys.
Hey,
okay, so about that. Number one, uh, Tota's lying. He's never graduated.
what? I squint at Totta.
You kind of like head down. All right. Yeah.
What is it then? What is it that sets you down this path?
How old are you, Totta?
Uh, well, I mean, in no years, I mean, I'm like 37. That being said, I am only in my second year of school. Magic school. So, I mean, that's a thing, at least.
Okay. So young, but not that young.
I mean, I know how to
Looking
do
at
the
everybody else
basics
like,
and
I don't know
things.
But killing older you, killing future you isn't going to undo this.
Would it kill our Totta?
Is that like reverse time dilation?
I don't know.
Well, unfortunately, time doesn't work. This whole time travel thing, this whole you in the past and you in the future, they actually don't have to correlate. So if we kill Tota now It does not mean that he will not cease to exist in the past.
Well, that's good.
That is something for fairy tales.
But you can't. So I kind of like look like suspiciously at Quips, but you can't take us back to the point in time that would put us in a position to stop this from old Toda from doing this.
He says, I'm afraid it's a little more involved than that. Let me explain. In Toda's final year at the school, now, I just told you he didn't graduate, but if he were to not be a part of this time travel scheme, I'm going to call it a scheme, and you'll find out why. He would have actually went to his 4th year of magic school. And in that year, Totta dueled with Snippet as a final test to graduate.
And I
It was
won, right?
You did. It was a hard-fought duel in which you were put on your heels. Overconfidence was always your downfall, Totta. You would always beat Snippet. You would always beat Snippet at everything. But today, that day, Snippet fought hard, concentrated even better, attacked and defended vigorously. With you, Totta, on the ground and struggling to muster any offense, you decided to nervously dig into your bag to grab one of your magic balls. And instead of pulling what you thought would be cold chill, you ended up throwing acid splash on Snippet's face. Everyone,
Well,
including you, Totta, was shocked.
I mean, he could just go to the nurse and get healed up, right? I mean,
I
he'd be
don't think
fine.
that's how acid splash on human flesh and bone actually works, Totta. Before you or anyone else could react quick enough, Snippet was dead at your feet.
I mean, it was an accident, though, right? I didn't mean to do it.
It's kind of messed up, Totta.
It was an accident.
Accident or no, you were expelled out of school and shunned by the magic community. Obsessed with your failures, you search for a way to right those wrongs. Finding your relative's journal and wooden chest, you found schematics for a time travel device. It uses magic and blood to travel short periods in time, teleporting the soul of the body into another body in the past or future. Reading that journal, you've learned the power of Crestium and a powerful metal named Arconia. Forged together, they made a powerful phylactery to harness the power. Quaff had a small piece of Crestium forged into Arconia as a keepsake in that chest. You used that phylactery to harness the power of time. And you traveled through time. You wanted to go back to that time where you had slain Snippet, but every time you tried, you would always go to a different time.
You didn't tell us any of this.
Well, it's because it hasn't happened yet.
He probably
No.
also wouldn't have remembered anyway.
Yeah, I suppose that's fair.
Not only did the phylactery of the Crestium and the Arconia twist Totta's mind, it also twisted his body as well. He was obsessed. He thought, maybe if I found more Crestium and found more Arconia, that he could actually forge multiple phylacteries and find certain certain beings to help him on his mission uh, to help right these wrongs. But instead, it turned you, Tota, into more of a um, strong hand that instead of caring about what happens to the future and the past, slowly helped to destroy it. And that's why I think that we need to kill Tota, this Tota, get his phylactery, and try to get you back to the past.
Yeah, like if I were to, in theory, stop myself from doing the thing that killed Snippets, then the future would never happen, and then none of this would be necessary.
Well, I've laid what I can in front of you. What you decide to do with it, that's your choice.
I mean, we don't need to kill me, do we? I mean, we just need to be able to control the time travel, right?
Can we though? I mean, is
Right,
that a
guys?
thing?
I'm afraid if we don't at least destroy Tota's phylactery, none of this will be possible. He's just too strong. He will continue kidnapping people like you. And believe me, you are not the only ones that have been part of this time travel scheme. But he'll just make things worse for time itself.
Well, do we know is the phylactery here? Is it in the castle?
He always has it on himself, always close to his cold heart.
It'll make it hard just to destroy the phylactery then.
Yes.
Just look at it this way. We're just destroying a possible future you, Toda. And when you go back to our time, this is very confusing. You can avoid that.
Well, I mean, here's kind of a problem. You're from here. Like me from now took you from here to go back.
But do we
So
know her from here?
I don't think we're from here. If we're from here, this does
Well,
not seem familiar.
so what I'm gathering from what Kurt just said, right? Because like Toda from this reality uses people from here to send them back to try to fix the mistake. And he keeps doing it over and over and over again because he keeps being able to keep sending people to the wrong time.
Because he can't control where they go.
Exactly. So
Yeah,
the three of you are from there.
Yeah.
Or from
everybody that's not Tota, roll me a perception check.
That means Toda knows everything. We kill this Toda. Shit, I just launched something. Hold on. Never mind.
23.
Nice.
Oh. No. Perception. 11.
Okay.
Cam is upset.
Okay. Yeah. So Tamron and Cam are both either confused or upset about the situation that's happening. Belzarin, at first when you see everything, you're like, just none of this makes any sense. None of it looks, right and stuff like that. But you do pick out like a building that's been like leveled, except for like maybe like like the bottom quarter of it, and you're like, oh, that used to be the Pig's Eye Inn. And you look kind of down the way or whatever, and you're like that. There's like a almost like a weird like hole in the ground, and you're like that used to be like an like a like a geez, which one would it be? Like a small like creek. So it's that kind of thing. Like you're noticing all this stuff, and you're realizing that yeah, this is your time. Uh, it might just be it looks a little more run down. So maybe you think maybe this is your plane of existence. This is kind of your time, but maybe it's a little bit later in time, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So he kind of like he's looking around, and then he takes a couple of steps, to the left, and like a couple of steps to the right, and he's just kind of looking around. He's just assessing for danger or whatever. He's like, oh, shit, I mean, that kind of looks like the inn over there, and well, I mean that like dirt trench. I think that's the creek, right? I mean, I I think Totem might be right, but I mean, obviously this isn't like when we came from, right? I mean, this is in worse shape than when we were here last, or at least when I was here last, assuming we're all from
We lost time.
I think.
And Quips kind of looks to the ground, and he kind of looks up. He says, "That's one thing I hoped I didn't have to tell you right now. You've been gone for 10 years."
10 years?
If I could introduce a complication here, I think like all this stuff happening, Cam starts to like lose his mind a little bit, and I'm gonna produce one of my little blades, and I'm gonna try to attack Toda. I'm going to kind of like walk slowly towards him and just be like, did you change my memories? Did you take them from me? And then I'm like very slowly walking towards Toda with malice in my eyes. Can I do that?
I mean, you have free will to do whatever you
Because
want in
now
this
it's
game.
starting
So
to
sure.
like swirl around, and I'm starting to get upset.
Oh no. Oh
There's
Did you
my
no.
do it?
popcorn.
Did you take my memories from? Did you change
No,
the memories? Did you change
I
everything,
didn't.
Toda? Did
No,
you do it?
I didn't.
Did you do
I
it?
haven't. It's me, but it's not me. It's me from and I mean, he's obviously wrong. Like
But
he
you're
didn't
here
do
now.
this
You're here
correctly.
now.
But I'm here, but I'm from back then. I'm not from here.
I don't remember any of this.
I
But
don't
if
either.
you, Cam's very upset. He's walking towards Toda, and I'm going to reach out towards him unless somebody stops me.
Yeah, if you then make like
Are you
a
going to throw
motion
acid in
to-
my face, Toda? Are you going to throw it in my face?
Should we do like a like a dex roll off to see who can act first?
well, it would just be initiative, right? But if
Well,
if Cam gets
that's
close
a word
enough to
too.
like if he like obviously he's threatening, but if
There's
he like
time
goes
to
to
intervene.
grab
I'm
you or
not
whatever,
charging. I'm walking slowly with a knife
Yeah,
and
yeah.
with like a psychic knife in my hand.
I would move to
You have the
intercept.
knife out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
would
Yeah,
Yeah, I
knives
would
out.
move to
Well,
Good movie.
All right. In that case, I am like, if you get like within like 10 or so feet of me, like if you start to kind of get close, then I will like I'm gonna drop a ball and stomp on it, and the earth underneath you will like just open up.
Cool. How do we? Oh
I
shit!
mean, you
we
probably get a deck save, right?
Yeah. Can we do? Yeah. Are we like dropping in? Can we drop in?
I mean, you could drop in. We'll have to see. Why don't you roll for it?
Okay.
Let's go off my spell DC, so it's gonna be a 13.
And I'm doing a what? What is? I guess what I'm out of the. So am I rolling a not an initiative or dexterity to try and
Dex
because
save
I'm
probably.
a
What's the
Dexterity
dexterity.
saving
save,
for?
Jesse?
Yeah, what's the save?
13.
Oh, a
No, but
13.
like, is
Oh.
it a deck save? Is it a
It doesn't. I mean, if we're just kind of making that up on the fly. Like
Oh, so it doesn't
I'm doing
specify.
mold earth that is opening up the earth under him. So
Yeah,
All right.
I would assume that would be a Dex for sure.
makes sense.
Okay, 15 plus 6, 21.
I
Okay.
think you made it.
So what do you actually do then?
Well, if I see it happen, I do a fancy little fun assassin flip and I make it to the other side. And my attempt is to just grab him with one hand and like put the knife up to his neck.
I
Am I
think at that
making-
point, Tamron and Belzarin are probably going to be like, whoa!
Yeah, I do a fun little tiefling flip, and there's a lot of anger involved, and I curse in whatever the language of the what are my languages?
Probably abyssal,
Yeah, I say
right?
some. Oh, it's
Yeah,
in
abyssal, yeah.
infernal. I curse in
Oh,
infernal, so it sounds like very guttural and gross. And I like grab him by the scruff of his, and I just take the knife like in reverse grip, and now it's up against his neck, and I'm pushing him back.
All right, so Tamron is trying to get herself between the two of them. I don't know what Belzarin's doing, but
Did you
Yeah,
take them from me? I'm like screaming shit like that.
Yeah, if you want to take the lead, I'll follow. But he was moving towards Cam as Cam was threatening.
sure. So Kurt, how do you want to do this in terms of order of operations?
Well, I say we actually roll initiative here. Because I think that's going to determine how we do things.
Okay.
Sorry, Jesse.
8. I trip on a rock.
I forgot I actually
you
have
have
a
too
good
many
dex.
legs and there's hooves. Oh wait, you don't have that anymore.
19.
Wow.
Oh my God, shit.
12.
7 for Cam.
You got 7, Cam?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, did
All
I
right,
actually
Totta.
get first? Look at that.
Ball me,
Um,
Totta. Ball me.
Toda
Wait, before you
is-
hold on.
Yeah.
Before you do that, just because I think this will be fun. Quips uh looks at Cam, he says, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, Cam,
Oh, I ignore quips.
you volunteered for this."
Oh, you fucker. What? So he says that while I'm knife necking Totta.
Oh, sure. Yeah. All
So
right, Totem.
that would okay, yeah, good. Yeah. Sorry.
All right. Yeah, so Toda is stiff. So I'm assuming you have him up in the air now, right? Like you have him by the collar up in the
I'm trying
tiny.
to drive you down or like I'm driving you back so that there's like a balance situation.
Well, you
got
it. Oh, actually, no, we're in our wait, what form are we in right now?
You're in your normal you're in your normal forms that you would know.
Okay. So you got to remember, I'm 3-ish feet tall, maybe. Probably a little under 3 feet.
Okay. Yeah.
So
I'm going out. I'm doing the whole it's like a reverse thing. I have your collar and I'm kind of like blocking out your arm. It's a whole thing. But yeah, I'm just
I'm fine. I'm just wondering
trying to
if
drive
you
back
actually
and down.
like lifted me up in the air or if you're like down on a knee.
It was
like,
down. It
at
would
my
have been
level.
it would have been down.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So yeah, he's stiff. Like you probably have to like hold him up a little bit. It's not easy, not hard to drive him back. Just looking through you, just crying. Just but no sobbing, no nothing. Just like tears just coming down his face. No emotion or anything. Like stone-faced, just tears.
That's a good use of your turn. I like it.
Okay. So that's all you're gonna do. You're not
That's it.
reacting. You're
That's all
just
I got.
okay.
No, that's good.
All right, Tamron.
Oh, oh,
You're muted.
I know. I was trying to find the button. It took a sec.
I could tell I
Oh.
was gonna say something, but I was like, she's looking for the mute button. We'll wait.
Here's some. I'm on the laptop anyway. Um, gosh. So she sees this and like she doesn't want to. She doesn't want to push Cam necessarily, but she's gonna like walk up beside Toda and kind of like put her hands like just on his chest, like not like trying to like shove him or anything, but just like sort of gently like Cam, listen, this isn't I know it's really chaotic and I know it's very confusing, but this is not the Toda that did this, and we can't do this to each other right now. Like this isn't going to help us figure out what we need to do, right? Like I know
no.
it's hard.
I know, but it's the Toda that I have.
I know, but it doesn't actually help and it doesn't actually solve anything, and it really won't be helpful in the long run. I promise.
So now there are tears coming out of Cam's eyes, and he's just saying, "I know," but he's not loosening his grip or moving the knife. I know.
Right. I don't really want to cast any spells on you. She says that out loud. She's like,
Well, it isn't so like so it's so how about this like technically it's not my turn yet, but I'm not all I'm doing is like I'm controlling him. I'm not,
yeah,
like your words got through. I'm responding to you.
yeah. No, and she's basically just saying, I do not wish to waste spells on you. We have more important things to do today.
Oh no.
That's it. That's my turn.
Okay. All right. So Cam, how do you respond to that? Is it do you back off? Do you keep on? What's going through Cam's head?
Well, I mean, I'm seeing the tears in Toda, and now my tears, and then our tears are mixing on Toda's face.
Nice.
And I think, like with my turn, I'm just going to just maintain my grip.
Okay.
I'm like just my grip and like the threatening posture, but I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to
Okay.
sit there and cry with Toda.
I love that we rolled initiative and
I
nothing is
know.
happening.
I'm
This is
sorry.
great.
Well, I mean, I am
And
sorry.
I also no, it's okay. It's actually great. And I also screwed up because technically Belzaren should have reacted before you did. But
Oh, well, we can
but
now we can do those on.
nice. So Belzaren, do you take any action? Do you try to talk to him? What do you do?
I stabbed Cam right in the kidneys.
Yes, do
It
it.
just got real.
No, I mean I think I just try to double down on what Tamron's doing. Like I'm moving in maybe a bit more aggressively, thinking I'm gonna have to, just grab him. And she takes a little bit more of a calming tone, but it's still kind of like, bull rush in, and I'm like, Cam, like we can kill people. It's fine. I've got your back. This is not the first time, but like it's not our Toda, right? Like Toda's been with us. It's gonna be weird. I mean, if we have to kill the other Toda, but I mean, whatever, right? Like we've got to go home. Like we can't. Like this isn't right? I mean, we can't. I mean, he hasn't done any of that yet.
Would you? So like a camera's like talking to Toda now. Like, would you think, think, think like your future self, trying to go back and fix what you did? What would you do? What would you do to people you were using to try and fix a mistake you made? Would you
I don't
take
know.
Would you take their lives, their memories? Would you take what made them who they are?
I don't know.
Put yourself in your own shoes, Totta.
I've, I've never I've never killed someone before. I don't
You
know what
share a
I'd do if
glance.
that happens.
Cam's like shaking, and then he just kind of releases him, removes the knife from your neck, just kind of stands over you, and then
Like
go ahead. No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
I just put a hand like on your shoulder and sort of steer you away like a drunk guy like trying to get into a fight. Like, come on, it's not worth it. Come on.
Well,
Cool
I'll
down, cool
reach down.
down.
I grab Toa. I lift Toa up. I forgot. I keep forgetting you're a damn gnome because all this like we're in different bodies and different sizes, and I'll like pick you up to your feet. There's a lot has been lost, and a lot's been taken from all of us, memory wise. You you might have to find a way to get in your own head, your own future head, about why you put us all in this position.
I don't I don't think that matters.
Why wouldn't it matter?
Because the reason doesn't matter anymore. The reason he's doing this isn't why he's doing it anymore.
I like cock my head, waiting for more.
So it, it, the reason he started doing this might have been genuine and might have been altruistic. He wanted to save snippets. He wanted to save himself. But that's not why he's doing it now. But that's why that's why we have to do it. We have to save him. We have to save me.
Whips wants us to kill you.
If that's what we have to do, then okay.
This,
Well,
I mean, this has been going on for years and years. He may be, I mean, we can try to reason with him, Toda, if you think that you can talk to yourself, convince yourself to, I mean, what's been done has been done, but uh as you say, he's not, you're not doing this for the reason that you started out, and they may be too far gone at this point to come back.
I know.
I think he just nods like, all right.
like Camp turns to Quips and says, "You said I volunteered for this. Did I volunteer for this with all of the information? Or did I volunteer for this because I was put in a position to think it was the best choice at the time?"
And he kind of thinks about it and he says, I'm sorry. I did misspeak. I forgot how much he's ruined everyone's lives, even with mine. I was a willing helper at first because I am actually a scientist. At least I was a scientist. And as his power grew, he tricked me into thinking that I was doing the right thing when I wasn't even doing the right thing. So I apologize.
You
I
couldn't
know
have
that
known any more than the rest of us.
yes, I know that right now is not going to change the past at all as much as maybe we wanted to, but maybe if we do help Totta get back to when that happened and change it, maybe it will help your situation as well.
You can bring back my daughter and my husband.
And he kind of looks at the ground. He says, "For your sake, I hope so."
Cam
And
just
you
got like,
see,
oh,
you
go
see
ahead.
Toda kind of like kicking rocks on the ground, like not making eye contact.
So Quips, you think that we can reverse this somehow?
Well, I feel that if we're able to get this phylactery, oh God, Lord,
I
that's a
like
word that's hard
phylactrophy.
to say.
Phylactery
Phylactery,
is fun.
phylactery, yes. If we ever, if we are able to get this phylactery from the Toda of now, this phylactery is more powerful than I think that even he understands. And I do believe that if we can free the other scientists that are working, that we can figure out a way to reverse what's happening and get everyone back to the time that they belong.
I don't really understand any of this, but 10 years is a long time to lose. However, I don't remember all of this happening before I left, so maybe it was 10 years I'm glad I avoided living through. So,
Well, unfortunately for this device, back when you first started traveling, it wasn't ready. Toda of this time grew impatient. And that is why there are so many quote unquote volunteers, because there have been so many failures.
mm. Well,
When you say there have been so many volunteers, were they sent willingly or unwillingly?
Always unwillingly.
That's not very much of a volunteer then.
It isn't.
Or they were
When,
made to feel like it was willingly.
yes. The scientist, or a scientist, he points at himself, we thought we were doing something good. And Toda, and he like tries not to look at Toda now because he just like that's here or whatever, because he's just like he doesn't want to like generalize him at all. He says, um uh Toda fooled everyone and made them feel like we were doing something great. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, the things that were happening were not so much.
Why did he even use his past self?
And he kind of looks down at the ground again and he says, I think that on that onus belongs to me. I thought that maybe if this Toda, and again, he like motions to Toda, but he doesn't look at him. And he says, maybe if this true and honest Toda was able to interact with the past and the future, or even come into contact with Tota of now, that maybe the goodness that is inside of that Tota would see the error of his ways. I was gravely mistaken.
Cam kind of turned. I'll turn to Toda. I just, I'm sorry. It was wrong of me to lump you in with your whoever the monster is that created the situation.
No, it's not. Whether I like it or not, this is who I become.
It won't be though. It won't be because of exactly what Grips just said. You're not the you that does this, so you won't make the same mistake.
I do have to warn you about something. From what I've learned in my divination classes, changing one thing in the past can change everything in the future. There's a chance, a good chance, that if we do change me not going down this path, that you will not exist. Any of you.
God. Cam just kind of looks around and the reasons that I had for existing were taken from me, whether by your design or not, they are gone. But if
But at least you,
yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
but at least you had them.
I had them, but they're gone. So if you can turn yourself away from whatever path you're on, then whatever. There'll be no need for me to be here anymore. For some reason, I volunteered for this purpose, whether or not I was given all the information or not, or whether or not the circumstances were created to put me in a position to accept them. Righting this wrong, if it means that I don't exist anymore, that's really not a concern of mine. But it sounds like you're going to have to face yourself here soon. And if the Toda that has done this is in fact you, then whatever turned you into what you eventually become still exists inside you.
Okay. Just, I'm sorry.
You haven't done anything yet to be sorry for.
Still.
I won't attack you again.
You can't make that promise.
I
And
can.
I'll actually, he'll smirk.
That was pretty cool what you did with the ball and the crevice. I almost went in there. That was good.
No, you didn't. I saw you.
I did. It was a good ball. It was a very nice magical ball.
Thanks.
Cam wipes the last of the tears away from his face.
Technically, we will actually be attacking Toda. So,
Don't ruin it, Balzarin.
Cam laughs.
This is a question for Kurt. So when because Tamara pretty much has all of her memories now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does she recall what deal she made or was what position she was put into to be on this particular jaunt?
Yeah, it's been a bit, but you've all been kidnapped.
So unwillingly taken. Got it.
Correct.
Okay. I'm just trying
Not of your own volition.
to place her sort of
Yeah.
We all
Yeah.
tackle Tamron before she attacks Soda. We see it in her eyes immediately. Like, oh, wait.
Yeah, basically you were taken in the, I think your story was in the middle of the night. We've actually talked about this, but it's been a bit, so I don't.
It's been a while.
Yeah, I don't
So
fault
much
anybody
has
from not
happened.
remembering. But you were put into one of the pods and then basically just whisked off like right away.
Okay. Okay. Good to know. Um, she's just kind of listening to all of this. And she sort of has this like far off look in her eyes as she's sort of staring towards the horizon and what I think she probably would presume is the direction towards the monastery.
Nice. Quips goes, he says, if you decide to come with me, it will not be easy. Totta has many a guard. Those men and women and creatures are paid to protect. They will not hesitate to kill you.
They can try.
Neither will we.
The one thing I do ask, if you will allow me this question, once we get to the top floor, there will be a laboratory where my fellow scientists work. They are not of the right mind. I beg of you, please do not harm them. They know not what they do.
You'd like them to remain in the state that they're in? Or are you proposing there is a way to free them from whatever mental state they've been trapped in?
I feel that if we are able to get rid of either the phylactery or Totta himself, that whatever power he has over them will dissipate. I was able to find my way back to be able to help you. And he goes, with this, and he pulls out of his pocket, he has like some shards in his hand that look like they came from the Crestium mines that you guys were at.
What is this?
He says, these are what used to be one uh trying to think of the word. This used to be a Crestium gem, the first of Tota's that he smashed on the floor when he thought that they weren't working correctly because uh, he didn't have the right metal to fuse the Crestium with to make his powerful phylactery. I was able to sneak these into my pocket, and what I didn't realize at the time is that they were having an effect on me, an effect to where I could somewhat combat his power a little bit, but not enough. But then as the Crestium sat and I would every once in a while absentmindedly put my hand into my pocket, it was enough for me to kind of to be able to try to get to my right mind to bring you here so that we could complete whatever it is, this small of a plan that I thought I had.
So whatever hold the whatever state the other scientists are under are countered by these shards of Crestium.
Only I, because I have them,
Oh,
were the only ones, yes, but not the other scientists.
can you give them to the other scientists?
I I was scared. I never did. I was afraid that if Toda were to see what I was doing, that he would end me.
All right. So where do we go?
And he kind of points towards the east or whatever, and you
The
see
large,
there's a
obvious castle that says
yeah, exactly.
Old
Yeah,
Toda
it's
is in here.
yeah.
Follow
Dark
the
It's
yellow
really
brick
clouds,
road.
lightning.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's basically the only building that is really standing.
What's the landscape looks like? Is this all flat plain till we get there? Is there mountains? Are there forests? Is there trees, shrubs? What are we?
Yeah, yeah. It used to be a large wooded area, but you can tell with all of the death and destruction that's happened here, it's like, trees are completely uprooted. Brush is burned to the ground. Every time you step, it feels like almost like ash.
What did I turn into Sauron?
So no cover then?
As there might be like a small building that is almost completely knocked down, but a little bit of it. So you might have a little bit of cover here and there, but nothing that's like you're not going to be able to make it to there without being obvious about it. And it's probably about it probably looks like it's about like 10-15 minutes away, so it's not that far.
Hmm, okay. Hmm.
Um, how are we going to get there without being we are, of course, um very competent, but it sounds like there's an army of mercenaries guarding Totta. I don't suppose anyone knows a way into this castle that's not like walking up and knocking on the front door.
No, does this place look familiar to you? Do you know of a secret entrance?
Does it look familiar to me at all?
To you, roll me a roll me a history check.
Well, I have that actually. And with that, let's see. Okay. Ugh. Well, I mean, not great. 14.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of look at it and you feel like, hmm, boy, I wonder. This is a question for you, Toto. What would you think is your background as far as your family goes?
Um, generational. Like, so as in like, clearly my history in like magic and wizarding and all that kind of stuff goes back, right? So it's kind of just expected that like there will be a wish widget in the school no matter what. Um so fairly well off. Like I'm not spoiled or anything, but like, you know, popular or not, that it's probably why like doesn't really get along with many people, even though he's a really nice kid, is because people expect him to be an asshole and they're like, oh, it's a wish widget, whatever. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so
Yeah. Yeah. So we're gonna say that this is a family castle.
makes sense.
And you yeah, and you do recognize it.
I mean, it looks a little different, like kind of let the paint go and it's all dark now. Um, but I think this is, I mean, I haven't been there in a few summers, but uh this looks a lot like my uncle Filardio's place.
Is there a secret way in?
Well, I mean, there was this one way that if we wanted to ever sneak out into the woods, that we would go in and out. I mean, it's not safe, really, and you do have to kind of be small. Like one of the reasons we did really like to do it is because a lot of the adults didn't like going down that way. Um, but I mean, technically possible unless I mean I do know about it because I know about it. So I don't know if it's there or not anymore.
I mean, it certainly couldn't hurt to check. Maybe easier than fighting through a army of mercenaries. Of course, could be a trap.
Oh yeah, it definitely could be.
Yeah, or even if we just look for, a servant's entrance or side entrance or something more unobtrusive.
I mean, we should probably wait until dark, right? I mean, there's not a lot of cover. So we'll need to take every advantage that we can.
I agree. Is there some place that we can hide Kurt for now? Like, I don't even know what we're doing right now, standing out in the middle of the road.
Yeah. So let's just say that inn that I was talking about that looks like it's pretty damaged or whatever. Let's just say like there's like if you go searching or whatever, let's just say like there's some like old tables, there's probably a couple of chairs and stuff like that. Um uh Maybe there's enough like rubble and other things that are kind of around that if you wanted to you could kind of make a little makeshift like outside hut or something like that so where you're not seen by everybody. I mean, it's going to be one of those things where if somebody's near you, they're going to be able to see you, but you're far away enough from that castle or whatever that they're not going to see you, so you could probably just hang out there. Uh you'll have to worry about if you decide to make like a fire or something like that because that could alert where you're at, but as far as you also don't know if anybody would come looking for you at all either, so
I mean, the only advantage that we have right now is surprise, right? I mean, we don't even know if um other Toda knows that we're here. Like, as far as we know, everybody gets killed all the time. I mean, we may be the only ones that have made it back. I mean, who can say? So, I mean, I'm not saying that we should rush in, but I mean, we have the advantage as far as that goes, right? I mean, if they don't know we're here, I mean, it may give us an edge.
Quips kind of holds out his hand. He like kind of like raises his hand a little bit and he says, "Yes." He says, just to warn you though, because you have skipped, I have brought you here. I did what is supposed to be your bodies in the laboratory. I have um uh shoot, what I was trying to think of. Trying to think of the word like not when you do like an AI kind of visage of somebody. Why can't I think of that word? I don't know why I can't think of that.
What
Like
what are you trying to find?
or
Hologram?
Like a hologram. Thank you. Sorry. So like he's like, yeah, I've got like I your your bodies are supposed to be in there, and I have holograms there. So the only thing I'm worried about is in the morning if he goes to check on you, that those holograms won't hold up enough. So as much as I am also okay with us attacking at night. We just have to make sure that we don't wait too long till the morn, just in case that is were to happen.
Oh, anything that's going to happen is going to happen well before dawn.
Good.
so wait, I'm so confused. Never mind.
Toda Toda will just reach up and like tap you on the elbow. Be like, me too.
So we find a spot to wait until dark.
Okay,
We have to wait until dark. That's our biggest advantage.
for sure. So do you guys talk up a plan? Do you take out
What
some
do,
rations and eat.
yeah, what do we have?
Yeah, so I'm gonna say like what you actually started out with as a character or whatever. I would say that you have it on you.
Oh, right. So like the meat that we stole from the that's all gone. All right, never mind. Let me just delete some obsidian spears and some
You know what? No, 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 no. I
tacos.
don't like that. No, we'll say whatever you've collected up until this point you have.
I've got tacos. Or not tacos, enchiladas from the orcs that we killed in the camp from the very first thing.
Nice.
I pass around the enchiladas. They're spoiled. It's been how long?
I was gonna say it's
10
been a couple
years.
jumps since then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
10
did the
year
enchiladas
enchiladas.
experience time according to the jump, or because it was on my because that means they got like old, then they got like
Those
wicked
are
young,
now
and then old again.
those are now like 700-year-old enchiladas.
You cook them, it burns off all the all the disease. It's fine.
So so if that's the case, then I rummage around in my pack and I pull out a cloak and I say, well, to add to our list of positive attributes in this situation, I also have this cloak of invisibility still, as well as this lance. But this is kind of unwieldy for you know, for one of us
A
now. I mean,
non-centaur.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It wasn't too bad when I was, a centaur, but like,
Yeah.
I don't know. This is going to be too much help now.
Well, I got these two obsidian spears, so that's fun.
Do you have any other ranged
Well, I got my
weapons?
bow, and I
Yeah.
can,
Okay. All right.
I have a crossbow, but there's obsidian spears, and I can like throw my psychic daggers.
Do they come back?
No, I can just remake them.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, that's handy.
Yeah.
No tracking ammo for you.
No. Well, except for the bolts for the crossbow, but you know.
Should we give Totta the cloak? How do you want to?
I I don't know if this makes sense, but I feel like our best chance in this is to have Toda talk to himself.
Right. I mean, we should probably try that first, right?
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, do we?
I don't know. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think, Tim? Like,
there
I
was
mean,
this one time I was trying to get a bounty, and one guy said, because I had a partner at the time, and he said, we should just knock him on the head. And it was like, well, no, we'll try to, we'll talk to him, we'll get him, maybe we'll take him on a little walk through the woods while we, work on some other part of our mission or whatever. And like, as it turns out, we should have just knocked him in the head. And I'm not saying that this case is the same as that case, but it is Toda. So,
I just
I mean,
feel
look,
like once you become an undead uh abomination, you've maybe just I think you're past the point of conversation.
if he like, yeah, if he's like a legitimate lich, then we probably want to just right because there's no coming back from that. There's no skin
No,
left or anything, right? Like that's
you
how that
don't
works.
you
I don't
can't
think
fix
so.
that. I'm pretty sure you're just yeah.
Like a
Yeah.
skull, right? Like,
I think it varies from lich to lich, but yeah, pretty much.
I don't
I
really
think.
know, but I just know that usually they're unequivocally evil and should die, so it really seems irrelevant to
hmm.
split hairs.
Yeah,
Seems like
unequivocally
that's kind of out
evil.
of our CR rating, but I'm
Yeah,
not.
needs to die, but also traditionally extremely hard to kill.
Well, you got to get the phylactery, right? I mean, that's what Quip said. So
You destroy the phylactery, but then you still got to kill the lich. I think the phylactery just lets them come back.
oh shit.
You can't kill a lich without destroying its phylactery.
Well, that's why they usually don't keep it on them because, you know.
Cam's nose starts to bleed a little. How do I know that?
One thing we do need though is we need to get first we need the phylactery, but we also do need to get his book of Arcana
Why?
Yeah, why?
because it has, and he'll actually kind of like hold his hand out, and the book will like open up in like out of nowhere, like the book like opens up into his hand. And he's like, we we're part of an order of scribes, and everything that we know goes into this book.
Sounds like something we should burn at this point.
Well, no, we're attached to it. It's a connection. So everything that he knows about what's going on right now is in that book.
So you'll be able to get some information out of that then.
Maybe. But if we kill him, and so like he like I shut my hand like to shut the book, and the book like closes and then disappears. It's like if we don't get the book first before we kill him, when we kill him, him.
Just
Me.
try to think about it too hard.
when we kill him, if we don't have the book, then it will be gone forever.
I mean, it might be worth seeing what happens when he sees you or sees us.
Oh, I feel like we're gonna regret that.
Yes.
There's a lot of regrets happening. Hey, something just occurred to me, and Kurt, shut this down if you'd like. What did you said is this he keeps his phylactery on him?
Yep.
That seems strange. Could I make is there something I could do to like maybe kind of look into that a little deeper? Because I don't think liches keep their phylacteries on them.
Yeah. You can if you like. Yeah.
You like hide them like deep in like tombs and shit, so that like they can always come back. Like if you kill them and they got their phylactery on them, then you kill the phylactery and they're done.
Yeah.
All right. Can I do that, or does that not make sense for?
Oh, of course you can. Of course you can.
I'm gonna. What's that? Insight?
Yeah.
What would you
I
like
think
me to
that's
roll?
yeah. I
Okay,
think that's
it's a
perfect.
straight
Yeah,
up.
because you're looking into.
Well, I rolled a 1, so just give me the misinformation.
Yeah, I was
and
so
let's move
ready to
on.
tell you something, and then now all of a sudden
Never
you just
mind.
know.
Phylactery.
You think it's totally normal now.
That's right. It's totally normal that he keeps his phylactery on him, so it'll be a lot easier to kill him.
I look at Tamron, I kind of squint.
That makes sense to everyone here, right?
I don't feel like that's probably not true. I mean, I guess he'd like
No, it's
want to
definitely
protect
true.
it, right? So you'd want to keep it on you, but then like if something happens, then like it's on you, right? So
No, it's definitely true.
I mean, I'm just a fighter. I don't know.
I haven't taken necromancy yet.
Or have you?
Yet.
Yeah, right.
I haven't. I do eventually. I mean but that's like a 6-year thing, and it's an elective.
Oh, it's an elective. Damn it.
Hmm.
Well, here's a theory. The phylactery doesn't work very well. It doesn't work at a distance because it's not made very well because you never finished your class.
Oh.
Me.
That checks out.
Yeah.
No
I still
offense.
think I'm right.
Way to play to the role. Way to play to the role. I'm tempted to give you a benefit just because of that.
So we're all on the same page, right? So like we're gonna sneak in.
Yes.
We're gonna let Totta like give it unless he's like a skull, right? Then we just kill him then. Right? Like I feel like
I
we should be real clear on the point before we like, take a stroll over to the castle and knock on the door or whatever, right?
we we need to give talking to him a chance.
That has to be Hugh,
I
though.
do, yeah, he does.
I mean, unless he's already thought of this. How do we even outthink a lich in regards to this?
I don't know. How much do you know about liches?
I know everything about liches.
Apparently they keep their phylacteries on them at all
They
times.
keep their phylacteries on them because it's safer to keep the only thing that could end your life directly on your person.
You like Tamron is just like giving you this most deadpan stare.
I want to make an
I'm the
Arcana
utmost
check.
authority on liches.
I got a 17.
Ooh, Quips, back me up on this.
I had a partner one time. He was a wizard, so like I learned some stuff for him, but I just can't do any magic.
Okay. Um, yeah. Do we wait on a signal from Toda before we kill him?
I mean, I feel like we'll go together, right? I
Yeah,
mean, we can't.
I would really prefer if you all were there with me. Like,
No, we'll be there. I just mean, do
oh,
we
okay.
want a signal from you before we kill him?
Yeah, probably like before I scream.
Yeah, like what's the unsafe word?
Yeah.
We need the go time word. Go time word?
Uh
Go time word is good.
Okay, so I'm sorry, John, for not saying anything. Things got with everybody talking. I just wanted to make sure everybody got in what they were talking about. So, Belzarin, you know the exact things about liches that you would actually know. Like they're same things you were talking about. They're undead. Just
Generally
gross.
evil.
But yeah, purely evil. Uh, just a shadow of them of their old selves. Um, you kind of like wonder, just like Cam wonders. You're like, why would Toda have his phylactery on him? And the only
Hubris.
thing that you could deduce, the only thing that you could deduce is that he is not afraid to die.
All right. So yeah, but I reiterate, I'm like, well, he's either like super paranoid or like he's just like I don't know if he's ready to die, but like at least he's not afraid to die, right? Like that's a
That makes one of us.
Yeah, I feel like it's the opposite of a lich, but I believe you. Um, how about well, like a phrase that you would use, a phrase like, well, that's unfortunate, or some sort of phrase like that.
Oh, I like that. So it's like comes natural.
Hmm.
Like I was thinking like Piccadilly or something like that. But I guess that kind of seems a little out of the ordinary when it comes to just normal conversation. Uh yeah. Yeah, I like that.
it's funny you say Piccadilly because I was thinking pickles. I am kind of hungry though, so I mean,
It's a little weird.
Okay.
So we get in there.
pickles. Oh,
Pickles? Or guys, we get in there. Toda talks with Toda, and when he says, "Well, that's unfortunate," because that does seem pretty final, then we roll initiative. Does that sound good for everyone?
it's a weird way to put it, but yeah, I mean, I
It is,
guess
but
I'd probably
it felt right in the
yeah.
moment.
Well, yeah. I mean, I won't argue. Hey, look, my cloak gives me like 2 hours, so like, but I can shoot them, and unless I take the hood off, they can't see me. So it doesn't work like the other spell.
I do feel like though it's a good idea that you are invisible.
Okay, so you want me to keep it then?
I would keep it
All
because
right.
we can get Toda in. I mean, maybe Toda.
Oh,
Well,
if I'm invisible while he's talking to him, right? Maybe I could
yeah,
sneak up behind him and fucking grab the phylactery.
yeah. And if you're within 5 feet of him, I get like all kinds of D6s and extra damage.
No shit.
Yeah, sneak attack stuff.
Yeah, again, that's super weird for you to like, but that's
I
I
got
mean,
it all
that's cool.
figured
It's
out.
fine. It's fine, right? Like,
It's all
I mean, that all
probability
works
and stuff.
unless he has true sight. If he has true sight, then really be careful. But
but why would
Kurt,
he have that?
do
Then?
liches have true sight?
I don't know. The wizard didn't tell me that. You know, it's funny. I wonder if that wizard guy was trying to become a lich. That kind of like makes sense now, right? Like he was always talking about like living forever and all these spells and like what do you gotta
I
I'm an
mean,
idiot.
I just assume that all wizards want to become liches. It's
mean,
the
maybe.
ultimate. It's the
yeah.
ultimate, prize.
Well, yeah, I
Learning all
mean that
math.
is yeah, I mean that really is a I mean, every wizard does want like it's that kind of thing where it's like I'll be different, right? Like I'll be the lich that doesn't go crazy and try to destroy the whole
No.
world.
Yeah.
So,
Well, so
I mean, Toda, you would eventually want to become a lich, right? I mean, that's the
oh
ultimate
yeah,
power.
but that'd be a good lich.
Ah! He just said
we're
it.
gonna have to kill both Totas.
We're gonna have to kill both.
Well,
of
no,
them.
no, no, no. That's you see, it's bad. He's bad lich.
Right, right.
Now
Do
be
you
a
think
good
it's
lich.
possible? Do you think it's possible that you thought you were becoming a good lich when you became a lich?
I mean, maybe.
So this is like your version of a good lich. And it kind of like
Well, no, he's
gestures
clearly
around
a bad lich.
right.
Toda, do you like food?
Oh yeah, I love food.
Do you like a warm fire on a cold night?
Oh, it's so nice when you just put your feet up a little bit, so you still get a little bit of the chill on your chest, but then your feet and legs are nice and oh, that's so nice. Yeah.
And you have like a big hot bowl of soup.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. And it's just
with
like,
dumplings.
and maybe like your favorite book.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't get any of that when you're a lich. You don't get to taste food. You don't get to feel things.
Well, yeah, I know
Just
that.
undead. And you lose all the joyful parts of living.
Well,
Just
yeah.
don't recommend it, my friend.
Well, no, but I mean, we're talking. I mean, this is usually about like 300 years from now. Like it's kind of wild. So
Yeah. I think if you get to that point in 300 or 400 years, it's okay just to, you know, move on.
no, we'll see.
Yeah. Or we'll just do this again, I guess.
No, because I'll be a good. So I'll be a good. All right.
There's no such thing.
Well, yeah.
No, there's no such thing.
All right.
Toda, there's no such thing as a good lich.
I knew one.
You knew.
Did you?
Yeah. Well, I read about one.
What did this good lich do?
Oh, she helped people. She navigated them towards safety. She helped them along their path.
Hmm.
Was it by killing them, Toda?
No. It was through
Was it by-
positive affirmation.
Was it by trapping them in an inescapable, unnavigable time loop?
No. All right. Listen, in 4 or so 100 years, I'll prove to you that there's there's such thing as a good lich. For now, let's just say it's disputable.
I wonder if we've already had this conversation.
Well, no. See, because me now in your time, I'm a bad lich. And so I wouldn't talk to you. And I don't exist yet. I mean, I do exist yet, but like me, I'm from a long time ago.
I mean, he still chose to loop his past self into this. I feel like that would be a good thing to
Well,
kinda get to the
that was Snips.
Yeah, maybe there's a lesson to be learned here, Toda.
Yeah, don't be bad.
She gives him that
Don't-
look.
He's saying, don't kill people. And he does the slow turn to Cam.
Hey,
How about don't become a lich?
I don't kill anyone who doesn't. And Cam just stops talking. I didn't kill you. I'm not going to kill you, but I don't think that there's a way for you to convince anyone that there's a good lich hidden underneath your future self.
Well, no, not this one. This one's definitely bad.
But I think that you should not aspire. You know what? I think we should just. Okay. When we get the dark, we sneak in. And I think we're on the same page here.
Yes.
Toda, you're on a leash.
Yes.
We're gonna put a leash on him.
Yeah, a physical leash.
All right.
I thought you meant like metaphysical. I know.
All right. No. That is no, I'm sorry. That is what I meant. Yeah, a metaphysical leash.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a problem with things around my neck, like tight. I don't like it.
Yeah.
This is why I like loose.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Even my cloak, I can't latch it all the way up here. I have to latch it down here.
Yeah, I am sorry about that.
It's fine.
I lost myself a little bit, but so much has happened.
That's okay.
So I would like to end this.
It's not. Oh no, it has. This has been a thing for a while now. Don't worry.
But I want to end this one way or another, and so
No, okay. Yeah. We're fine.
To be clear, I want to protect you from yourself,
Okay. I appreciate that.
but I will kill you to protect you.
By me, you mean? And he like points to the castle. He say me, right?
Not you. Yeah, not you.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
No.
All right, then we're good. Yeah, we're good.
Good.
Yeah, good.
So that's unfortunate. Is
Yes.
the go word. Z.
Yeah. Is that right? He turns to Tamarin. He was like, "Is that what? Yeah, that what you came?
Well, that's unfortunate.
Well, that's unfortunate."
Oh, Cam shoots everyone. No, I'm just sorry. Just
And he'll actually he like waves his hand and like a quill pops up out of nowhere and it writes like, "Well, that's unfortunate" on his hand, and then like disappears. Like, all right, we're good.
Cam just shakes his head. Okay.
But he writes it on the inside like ash, so when he's got to go read it, it's all smudged.
It's all Emmett.
Don't worry, it's magic ink. It's fine.
All right, then let's do it.
Okay. All right. It is nighttime.
It's the right time.
That's what I've heard. Fuck the sun. Okay, so
I said one way or another, and I cannot get the song out of my head now.
I wanted to make a joke, but I couldn't figure a way to.
All right, so yeah, you guys. So what do you do? Do you go on it full on from the front? Do you go on it from the back? Toda, you said that
Basic bump up.
yeah, you kind of remember what's happening. Um, I'll give you this. I'll say that the secret entrance that you knew about, it wasn't attached to the castle itself.
Okay.
It was somewhere around it.
Yeah, makes sense.
Like the opening is away, but it leads into the castle.
Correct.
Um, I mean, I think the characters are smart enough to come up with a tactical plan. I'm a
Yeah.
bounty hunter. John's a rogue.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not some John isn't smart to figure it out, but
I'm a
Cam would
second year
totally
high
know
school, middle school student.
it. I think Belzarin and Cam's collective sneak ability can cover, I think.
Right. I
But
mean, so we approach slowly under cover of darkness, moving
yeah,
from cover.
there's a grate
You know,
or
we
something.
keep an
Yeah.
eye on the parapets to see whether or not there's guards posted, how fast they're moving, what the
Hmm.
guard rotation is, if any. Try to find an open spot on the wall. If we have our packs, I'm assuming obviously we have rope. I don't know if somebody's got a grappling hook. I guess it depends on the type of um, packs everybody has.
I have 100 feet of silk rope.
The problem is I don't know that a grappling hook is standard in any of the packs. I'm not, and I don't. The book's over there. I don't.
Well, we can
Yeah.
use we can fashion the obsidian spears into grappling hooks.
I mean, you're a rogue. I kind of assume you might have one if you're trying to get in and out of places, but
Well, I technically don't have an actual grappling hook if I'm going by how my character sheet played out.
hmm,
But I have the 2 obsidian spears that I will fashion into an obsidian grappling hook
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah,
because I'm
and yeah,
proficient with
and
these tools.
nice. Yeah, and you'll know that Obsidian will probably with
Justification for
enough
days.
with enough force and arc, you should be able to pierce into the castle, into the brick of the castle, and you should be able to use it.
So, with your permission, I will add to my inventory an obsidian grappling hook.
Sure. I like it.
Done.
I mean, if
Yeah, as far as searching uh the outpost and stuff like that, we'll say just uh a regular drawn castle. We'll say like there's four, what is it called? Parapets? Is that what they're called?
well, there'd be four corner towers, and then the
Yeah,
crenellations going in between,
going in
along
between.
the parapet there. Yeah,
Yeah, for sure. So we'll say
Someone
that,
watched a lot of History Channel.
I read a lot of books.
yeah. So we're gonna say there's two guards in the front that are actually manning the doors, and we're gonna say that there are four guards that are going, just kind of up and down the, you know, those up on the top or whatever between the parapets and stuff like that. And they don't look like they're particularly on guard for anything. They just look like they're just doing their jobs.
So we can take them down pretty easily.
Are they moving in any sort of particular pattern, right? Because we would watch and wait to see. Like, there's two guards at the door. They don't move. They don't change. There's two guards on the front, two guards in the back along the walls.
Mm-hmm.
Or there's four
Yeah.
guards in the front along the walls.
No,
that
there would be
move.
two in the front, two in the back, and then they would kind of like go almost in shifts. It would almost be like, and it's not like uh like a pattern you'd normally see. So it would be like um someone would be going like east to west, and then they'd meet with the other person that's on the west, and then they would go north and south, and then they meet another person, and then you know, they would go west to east, or maybe they would double back and go, it would just be this weird irregular pattern of just kind of back and forth.
Hmm. Okay. Can we figure out what that is, what the interval is? I mean, I pointed out. I don't know that I'm the best person to make a skill check for that if it's like int based.
Give me 1 second. I, for some reason, my YouTube channel just started to start speaking into my ear, and I didn't hear anything you said. So,
Hmm.
Is there, what check do we need to make to figure out what that interval is? Or to get a
um,
timing pattern, a pattern down, a timing down.
yeah, maybe like a wisdom check, maybe just to kind of see, what kind of pattern you think that they're actually doing and what kind of intervals. Yeah, like you said.
Okay. I pointed out to
That's
everybody else with something with a
perception-y,
higher
like we're
whiz.
using our perception.
Yeah.
I'll join you in that, Paul.
Yeah, because I rolled a 3, so I don't know.
17.
There you go.
All right, perfect. Um, so yeah, Cam, you
16.
actually, yeah,
16.
because
Sorry, I
you,
did math bad. It's 16.
oh, that's it. You failed. I'm sorry. No, that's not enough. No, yeah. So you realize that, yeah, they're going in a certain pattern, and it's funny because at first it looks very irregular, but you kind of get the pattern. I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is. Like if you want to, go at a certain point where that, you're not, it's not going to, they're not going to be where you're at. I'll let that happen because, Cam has studied the pattern enough to where he'll know exactly how all the guards are kind of situating themselves and walking across the top.
I know how to sneak into a place and kill all the people in that place.
So before you decide that you're gonna maybe attempt to um go to the uh possibly scale the top of uh this castle, Toto, I would like you to roll a perception check for me.
I can do that.
This time with advantage.
Ooh. It's a good thing I have 2 D20s.
Nice.
And I don't think I have that. I don't. Roll base. Oh, that's still a nat 20. 21
Nice.
total.
Perfect.
Nice.
Awesome. All right, so you get a benefit. Um you are kind of looking around as Cam and Belzarn are kind of looking towards the at what's going on with the guards up on top of the roof, and you see this small circular indentation in the ground on the west side of the castle. And you realize that it is a wooden door, square wooden door that's in the ground that you'll be able to open up to get to that secret passageway.
And it's like, God,
Not
and
now.
he'll like,
Not now. We're figuring out the. Not now.
he tugs on like the back of your shirt. And it's like that's the door.
Oh. The door to what?
To the passage to go into the castle.
Why did you say something sooner?
Because I just saw it.
Oh. Well, obviously we're going to use the door.
Well, yeah, that's why we came this way.
We go to the door.
Hey, it's like a floor door.
Oh, it's every
but-
floor doors are everywhere.
But well, no, this is in the ground.
Well, but the ground is like the floor, right?
The ground is the floor of the world.
Oh, I like that. That's really good.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you're not
just
wrong.
thought of that off the top of my head.
That was good. I like it. It'd be like a life motto.
Yeah, the ground is the floor of the world. Yeah. I don't know how you use it. It's there.
Todd, did you put that in the book?
Put it in the book.
He opens up the book. He's like, yeah, it's there.
All right. We opened the floor door.
All right. You
We
open the
check for
floor
traps.
door. Oh, sorry, you're already dead. No. Yeah. No, nothing happens. You open this door and you see that there is a like it almost looks like when you look through like a piece of glass or like a shimmering water and there is a bunch of like dancing lights inside the hole or inside the floor door secret passageway.
That seems bad.
He's like, oh no, and he like takes out a ball and goes like, and like just gently lets it go, and it like breaks up into 4 different lights. He's like, I can do that.
I'll take the lead.
So do you do the lights when you're inside or do you do it when you're outside before you go down the stairs?
Wait, I wait.
Oh
for the
no,
answer.
this is like in the, because you said they were dancing, like the lights were floating in, like in the staircase, right?
Yeah, they're like they're like you open up the door, you look
Yeah,
down the stairs and you can see like dancing lights against the walls and stuff like that
yeah, exactly.
down
Yeah, so
inside.
I'm no, so I'm like casting it down into the
Okay.
hallway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. So Cam,
Because
you said you were leading?
Tamron was like, "Oh, this is and I was like, "No, this is like basic 101 wizard stuff. Like this is pre-K wizardry. Like you're expected to know this. Yeah. Like you're expected to know how to cast light going
Yeah,
into
yeah.
wizarding school. Like this
Are
is
you a
nothing."
child? Just
Yeah.
child's play.
No, my point was more it means this is used regularly, right? Why would you light something or leave these lights permanently enchanting this area?
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Okay.
Just everyone just be at the ready. And
Yeah.
Cam will lead the way to
Okay.
know.
Perfect. Okay, so you go down these stairs and you realize that this light is shining from somewhere elsewhere and it's like almost bouncing off the walls and coming at you and stuff like that. You go a little farther into this small passageway and uh, besides Totta, it's like kind of a hassle because you think that's going to be this large entryway, but you forget that Totta said that it's actually kind of a smaller area. So like, some of you are going to have to really kind of crouch down, almost kind of feel the walls to kind of get through. If you have any kind of like um, fear of everything closing in on you, that's going to set in pretty quickly. The only thing that probably saves you is all the lights kind of bouncing off the walls. And you get to a split. And there are stairs that keep going down to your left, where all that light is coming from. Or there's going to be a split to your right, and you don't know what's there because besides the bouncing off of whatever light that's coming from the left, you can't tell where it goes.
I'm gonna be totally honest, guys. I never usually use this to get back into the castle. We usually just normally used it to get out. So I don't really know which way to go.
The one to the right, does it go up or down or same level?
So the one to the left goes down,
Mhm.
and the one to the right goes slightly up.
Do we feel air moving from one to the other? Does one of them smell worse than the other?
That's a great question. Why don't you roll me a... God, it seems like everything is a perception check, so let's just do that.
Look at you bounty huntering.
It's the most useful check.
Well, it's not good though, so it's only a 9.
Okay. So I will give you this. You do feel like there is some fresh, or not some fresh air. You feel like there is a little bit of air blowing from the passageway to the right. And whatever is at the left, you feel nothing.
Okay. Well, there's a little bit of air movement to the right, none to the left, but it goes down, which makes sense, right? I mean, it's going further into the ground, so wouldn't expect any air to be moving. I mean, up probably takes us into the castle.
Um, Everybody but Belzarin, roll me a perception check.
Ooh, 25.
Nice.
Wow.
Good pickup.
Ugh,
We fist
21.
bump. I fist bump
Wow.
Totta too.
Good
Fist bump.
job.
Do it.
Ugh,
I got
There
it.
you go.
I did it.
That's for the people who
Okay.
watch.
You can see our hairy knuckles.
You have
I don't have
you
hair
said
on
a
my
12.
knuckles.
Okay. All
25
right.
and
So
21.
Yeah, Lapisha took it all.
that's perfect. Yep. And Tamarin got a 12. So Tamarin kind of feels the same things, like she feels the air coming from the right side or whatever, and doesn't really understand, the left side as much. But Toda and Cam, you almost like exactly at the same time, you kind of look at the lights and like how everything is kind of shining, and you kind of look at each other and you think about, we've seen this before.
Oh, shit.
And you realize that the reflection that you're seeing must be the reflection of Crestium.
Oh, Christ. Reflexium. Oh, what does that mean?
Well, so if he's using it in the phylactery or using it to send people back in time, that's why this is maybe lit if they have workers coming in and out of here. So we definitely want to go to the right then, right?
I suppose.
Going into a mine of Crestium isn't getting us any closer to where we need to be. I don't imagine he's down here. I could be
And
wrong.
do you guys talk about the Crestium at all, or do you just think about it?
Taco. I mean, I would say it out loud, but it would
Yeah.
be.
Okay.
I mean, like how much do we actually truly know about it, other than what we experienced with the mine?
Well, I think
We
We
know
know
it's
he
a
used it.
powerful
Yeah.
arcane focus. So, and he's using it for this whole shenanigan.
I guess what I either missed or am not connecting the dots to is why we would move away from it.
because it doesn't. We need to find Toda, and Toda's not going to be in a mine full of Crestium, I wouldn't think.
Right? Yeah.
And isn't that stuff really reactive and explosive? And
Very, yes.
That's
Yeah.
true, and he does have his phylactery on him. Although I wouldn't think that's abnormal.
I'm just saying, I don't know that. Yeah, that might not be our first place we would want to go.
Maybe not the safest place to be.
Well, I think
Okay.
this whole castle's probably not the safest place for us to be right now, but the mine's probably worse at this point.
All right. So the other way,
I believe so.
we do it.
Okay. You head to the right and you kind of descend up a little bit. What will you find? We'll find out next time.
It's probably nothing, right? It's probably fine.
It's probably not.
Yeah,
It's a dead
exactly.
end.
Okay.
It's definitely a
Fully
dead end.
furnished castle.
Yeah.
Issues.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
Dead end,
Families on vacation.
Yeah. They all
Mhm.
left.
Yep.
yeah.
You
It's
get
like a
nice-
montage. You're just you just start like skateboarding around, eating all the food.
Yeah. I made my family
I'm sure
disappear.
it'll be good.
Yeah, all that stuff.
It's gonna be like Goldilocks. We can try every bed.
Yeah.
There you
Yes.
go.
This one's just right.
Exactly,
Oh, it's
exactly.
old Tota's lich bed. Liches don't sleep.
This
Just
one's
a
got a
sheet
lot
of
of old skin
iron.
on it. Perfect. All right. Well, I want to thank you. I want to say a big thank you to my players for playing. Thank you for you if you're watching live right now or if you watch later on. Again, everything is appreciated. We're going to take a little bit of a break. I'm going to take December off because I'm going to want to do some writing. Plus, with the holidays and my work, it gets a little busy. So we'll probably see you in July-ish time. Hopefully, if schedules sync up. Until next time, I'm Kurt, and